Hey, what exactly are you doing? Don't you realize you made me late for class? What will you do if I fail this course?
Naomi, don't take your rage out on me. You were the one who slept in. You have any idea how to set an alarm? I woke you up on time, as I always do. But you just continued to sleep. Don't blame me if you don't get up.
What? Come on! You're well aware that you can't just wake me up once? You must do until I get up. Callista, you're to blame.
Hey, I was attempting to wake you up for at least 30 minutes, beginning at 6 o'clock. I tried all the way till I had to go for work. But you simply refused to get up. I have a job, and I can't spend my entire morning attempting to rouse you from your slumber. I'm sure you stayed up late last night playing video games.
No, that was not the case last night. Last night, there were no games. I was on the phone with someone. I stayed up late talking with my boyfriend.
In any case, you stayed up far too late, as you frequently do. So it's your fault. Please don't blame me for your excessive slumber. Now that you're in college, it's time to stand on your own 2 feet.
Oh no, not on a lecture. Please keep quiet. This is not something I want to hear first thing in the morning. Thank you very much, but I don't need my maid to act as my parent.
I'm not your personal maid. I'm your stepmother. When are you going to stop rebelling and contradicting me? It's gotten old.
You aren't my mother. Don't pretend to be. You will never be accepted as my mother. You're nothing more than my father's second wife. That's all. And I'll never try to befriend you. Never! I was the first one here. Don't think I'm unaware that you're mocking me since I didn't get into Stanford. You feel I'm a joke because I'm able to gain admission to your alma mater. I can sense you passing judgment on me. But take heed. Don't look down on me. You have no standing.
I'm not looking down on you. How many times have I said it to you? The process is more essential than the results. That is my opinion. It makes no difference whether you go to Stanford or not. And you have pals that are having fun at school now, right? That is all that is important. Have fun while getting an education.
It's simple for you to say. You truly irritate me at times. Enough of this. Please simply ignore me. I'll be out partying with buddies when I finish my classes today. I won't be home for supper because I'll most likely be busy all night.
Wait a minute, Naomi. That is something we must discuss. You are aware that you are not of legal drinking age. You're only 20 years old, and it's not your birthday till next month. It's only a short distance away. However, you are not permitted to drink till then. This is something your father and I have agreed on.
Is this happening again? Please give me a break. I'm no longer a child, so please let me do what I want.
You're no longer a child, but you're not old enough to drink legally, so we won't let you. That's all there is to it. You're still living here, eating our food and not paying rent, so you'll follow the house rules as long as you're here. And I'm sure your father told you the same thing.
My father, not you, is the one who pays the mortgage and puts food on the table. I rely on him, so I will follow his instructions. That is something I agree on. But I won't rely on you, and I won't take your directions.
Naomi, I get you out of bed every morning. Actually, I'd say you rely on me quite a bit.
Enough of this. This is a non-issue. Because I'm going out to drink tonight, and you're not going to be able to stop me. I don't care about the home rules or your grousing. Maids do not give me commands or lectures. Understand?
Soon after.
Patrick, I apologize for bothering you at work. I understand how hectic your schedule is. Can you speak right now? It's crucial.
I'm just having a late lunch, so I can talk right now. What's going on? Is everything okay? You never contact me at work?
It's all about Naomi. I just can't get through to her. She's sworn she'll go out drinking with her friends. I reiterated our position on the matter, but she refused to listen. The same old tale. Can you discuss it with her? I believe you should for her sake as much as ours.
She is constantly looking for a quarrel with you. Isn't she always breaking the rules? I had a serious conversation with her about this not long ago, but she doesn't appear to have taken any of it seriously.
And I realize it's a little late to ask you this, but it's something I have to do. Mark, dealing with her on these topics is quite difficult for me. I'm sorry to bother you, but could you please handle this from now on?
Sure, but may I inquire why?
Her attitude toward me has deteriorated recently. She's become so disrespectful to me that I'm worried I'll lose my cool with her. She's even begun referring to me as her maid recently. I've had enough of this.
Did she say that to you?
Yes. You know, she and I have never gotten along particularly well, but things are really awful right now. Recently, the relationship has taken a turn for the worse. It's strange, and I'm not sure why, but she has a fascination with Stanford. You do realize she didn't get in there, don't you? Now she's complaining about how she couldn't get in when I went there.
She couldn't get in and she's still blaming you. That is unacceptable.
I know she worked really hard to get in, and she was willing to wait a year if necessary. Her grades were fantastic, and her teachers provided glowing recommendations. She simply did poorly on the interview essays. I'm sure that occurs to everyone. She still doesn't seem to be able to forgive herself. That's not good.
But it's inappropriate for her to vent on you. That's also not acceptable. And you're her maid? That's simply not right. She must apologize for this. Is she even aware of how much you do for her and us on a daily basis?
I genuinely have an idea. However, you may not like it. What if I go away for a while?
What exactly do you mean by go away? Are you going to abandon me? Do you want to get a divorce? Have things between you and Naomi been that bad?
No, that is not the case. Don't be alarmed. It has nothing to do with divorce. I'm talking about merely going away for a little bit. I recently received an offer to begin a new position with my firm in another city, and I'm considering it seriously.
What kind of position are you looking for? Is this a raise? Where are they going to send you?
They asked if I could accompany them to Chicago, and it's a long-term mission, likely lasting 2 years. 2 years is a long time, but it's a fantastic chance, so I'd like to pursue it and see where it takes me. Furthermore, it could be a nice method for me to put some distance between Naomi and myself. The timing appears to be favorable. What is your opinion?
Yeah, I understand your point. It could be a good idea to try to calm things down a little. If we continue on as we have, both of you will get increasingly stressed by the situation. I'll be lonely, but I'll get by. I may have new opportunities as well.
Yeah, I believe that placing some distance between us will help. Much more than simply discussing it. She'll undoubtedly notice I'm fleeing, but there's nothing I can do about it. However, I believe that it is the best solution to the current issue.
I know you're not going anywhere. Don't be concerned about it. You have a fantastic chance, so go to Chicago and make us proud. I'll take care of the house and Naomi. While you're away, I'll take care of everything.
Really? What do you do for me?
Without a doubt. Remember how we're a team. Naomi's recent behavior has also troubled me. I'm not liking what I'm hearing from you, nor do I like what I'm hearing from her. I'm going to chat to her about a couple things, father to daughter. Hopefully, by the time you return, this house will be more comfortable for you to live in.
That would be fantastic. Thanks. I'm excited to hear how things progress.
That reminds me of something. You deserve a break from everything. Why not take a small solo excursion before you depart next month? Spend a few days at the beach or at a resort. Isn't it good to get away? You can replenish your batteries and return to your new job rejuvenated and prepared. What do you think about that?
That's an excellent idea. That's something I'd like to do. But, Naomi's 21st birthday is right around that time. We must all assist her in celebrating that night, possibly until late.
I'm sure she'll be drinking with friends that night. We can have a family celebration whenever we choose. It is not required that it be on her actual birthday. You should proceed with your journey. Don't stress over Naomi's birthday. I'll take care of everything else.
Then I'm going to follow your advice and go on my little excursion. Thank you, my dear. We'll see you soon. Love you.
Naomi's 21st birthday.
Naomi, happy 21st birthday. I wish you a wonderful day. Have you already gathered all of your mates and begun drinking?
Yes, it's wonderful to see everyone. I'm having a fantastic time. And as of today, I am legally permitted to drink. So that is exactly what I intend to do in massive amounts.
That's fantastic. Have a nice time. You're an adult in every aspect now, and you can do whatever you want. However, it also implies that you must accept personal responsibility for yourself and your actions. So keep that in mind, okay? Responsibility comes with freedom.
Yes. I'm aware of everything. You have to lecture me all the time, don't you? But this means you're no longer going to treat me like a child, right?
That's most likely correct. I suppose we all need to adjust.
That's okay. In that case, I have something to say right now that I finally have the opportunity. Please leave our house and do not return.
What? What exactly did you say?
Yes, it is correct. I'm no longer a kid and I don't need your lectures. So kindly simply take your belongings and leave my house. As soon as possible, please. You're no longer needed or accepted here.
What are you doing? What are you thinking? What is this all about now? What happened to you?
There is nothing unexpected about it. I've wanted you to leave for a long time. And I promised myself a long time ago that if you were still alive on my 21st birthday, I'd finally put an end to this.
And then what?
You never really understood your place, did you? You aren't his first wife, and you aren't my mother. And your acts have completely irritated me. Now leave and never return!
Wow! Do you evil simply vanish because you order me to?
Hey, I'm an adult, and that's how things are going to be. As a result, you can see this as a serious demand made by an adult. It is not a child's joke. As a result, you should take it seriously rather than mocking or dismissing it. Get it?
Naomi, how could you possibly? This is nasty and selfish even for you. What do you think your father would think of this?
This is the day I've been looking forward to. It's the day I become an adult and take control of my life. We no longer require your maid services. You are fired.
Have your way with it. Goodbye.
I never, ever want to see your face again.
You can now live on your own. See how that goes. Because both your father and I are departing.
What? You're simply lying now.
Absolutely not. It just so happens that your father and I had travel plans for today. That's great timing. He and I may simply vanish, as you requested.
A trip? What kind of travel are you planning? He never mentioned a vacation to me.
We'll be in Chicago. I already have a place to stay there, so your father can remain with me there until we can find a place to live together. He's right here away now, nodding his head in accord. I swear I'm not lying.
What exactly are you talking about? I don't trust any of it. And what exactly do you mean when you say you're both going to vanish? That's not possible. All I want is for you to vanish, not for my father.
Patrick texted Naomi on Callista's phone.
No, we're leaving together. I can't take it any longer. Callista should not have to do the same.
What? Dad? Is it you?
This is the final straw, Naomi. It's time I cut you off for good. From now on, you should consider yourself fatherless. I'm finished with you.
What? What exactly do you mean? I assumed you and I were fine. Dad, hold on. Where is all this coming from? I don't get it. What do you mean you're interrupting me? What is your reason for leaving? What are you attempting to accomplish here?
That is the question I should be asking. What are you thinking, telling Callista she's no longer welcome in our home? She's my wife. I understand that parents remarrying can be difficult for children, and we've always done our best for you, Naomi. Callista, on the other hand, is a beautiful wife who has worked hard to take care of you as well. Despite this, you continue to treat her like a spoiled brat, no matter how old you are. You need to brush up on your manners and show respect for your elders. To put it frankly, I'm sick of your shenanigans, and she is too. As a result, we're leaving.
What? Why? I don't get it.
You must have heard me. Today is your 21st birthday, and you consider yourself an adult, correct? Fine. You can then take care of yourself as an adult. Your new life has begun. You now have no parents. What does that make you feel? And you can finally live your life as an adult, just like you've always wanted to. Best wishes?
What exactly do you mean? I'm not sure what you mean.
That house is being sold. You have 1 month to find new housing. You better hurry up.
Dad, hold on a second. How are you able to accomplish this? This cannot be true. Selling the house and moving out? What are you going to do?
Oh, sure. Callista is my choice. She acquired a new job and will be transferred for a couple of years. She's already organized and has a place to stay. It'll actually work out quite well.
Is that where you're going to live? Chicago?
Yes. When Callista leaves, it'll just be you and me here. I requested and received permission to work from home, believing that I would be able to remain at home and that it would assist to enhance your attitude. Regrettably, this has not occurred. So, in any case, starting next month, I'll be working from home due to you. I've just chosen to sell the house and go to Chicago with Callista. I have the freedom to work from any place now, so that's what I'm going to do. And you've given me a cause to do it.
You can't possibly be serious. Please think about it, Dad. You're going to abandon me, your loving daughter, and go with her?
Loving daughter? Naomi, I don't see much love coming from you. You have not lived up to your moniker in the least. All I see from you is rash rage and vicious remarks directed towards my wife. I see you changing for years.
What? I had no idea you felt that way.
Yes, it is correct. Don't think I've been ignoring you. You were mistaken if you assumed I wasn't paying attention or didn't care. Callista has endured every insult you've hurled her way and hasn't given up. Furthermore, she has never complained to me or mouthed you about it all. Despite this, you refuse to show her any respect. You even treat her as though she's your maid. That is something I will not tolerate as her husband. I've had enough of standing on the sidelines.
Wait a second, Dad. Please allow me to clarify.
I accompanied Callista to the airport after dropping you off at your birthday celebration and escorted her to her aircraft to Chicago. Now I'm going to go home, pack my own luggage, and follow her. I just made a decision. I've already taken some time off from work, so I'll be on the aircraft as well. Anyway, it's time for a fresh start.
No. Don't leave, Dad. This can't be right. I don't think so. Are you really abandoning me? This is not fair.
Didn't you tell Callista to leave? You instructed her to leave. Aren't you receiving what you asked for? She's no longer with us as of today.
But this isn't at all what I asked for. No way. I just wanted Callista to leave. Not you either, Dad. And you said you're home. That was not something I asked for.
But, Naomi, your words and actions welcomed all of this. Do you see it yet? I believe it is time for you to pause.
Please wait. I'll make a change. What should I do once you board the plane? How will I survive? Who is going to pick me up after my birthday party? Dad, you're supposed to pick me up. We just discussed it a few hours ago.
You'll have to come up with something on your own. I'm sorry, but I won't be able to attend.
Huh, that's not feasible, you know. I don't have any cash with me for a taxi, and they don't accept credit cards. So, what should I do?
Figure it out on your own. You are, as you stated, an adult now. I'm sure you'll come up with something.
Oh, please.
I'll send you the remainder of your tuition money all at once. After that, it's up to you. Naomi, be the mature young lady you are and do what needs to be done.
Please wait a moment, Dad. Please.
Goodbye and best wishes. And congrats on being a full-fledged legal adult. I know you'll be a good one someday after you learn a few more lessons.
The next day.
Are you actually planning to sell this house? The movers were already on the job today. It appears that they have taken everything but my belongings.
Yes, I believe it is taking place. My apartment in Chicago is quite large. Your father and I believe we will be able to live nicely there together.
Tell me where it is. I wish I could be with you two. Please send me the address.
No, I don't think so. How will you finish college if you relocate all the way here?
I can attend lessons online. That's so simple these days. Please allow me to live with you too.
No, sorry.
So, where should I live? Don't you feel terrible for me getting thrown out like this?
No way. And if you've got time to complain like this, you've got time to find a new place to live. Get moving so you don't wind up on the street.
Where am I supposed to look? I have no idea where to start looking.
Go online and start looking.
Online? Where do I look on the internet? I have no idea where to go for websites.
Sure, there are a lot of them. You need to narrow them down. Begin by searching for properties online, then narrow down.
But how do I choose between them?
You do this by considering pricing, location, facilities, and so forth. It is determined by your unique demands and desires.
But I'm not sure what I require. I also have no idea how much rent should be. I have no idea about amenities, layouts, or anything else. If you're going to abandon me like this, at least stick with me until I get things sorted out.
Naomi, believe me, This will be a fantastic learning experience for you. Keep going, youngster.
No, you're not just gonna abandon me like this. I'm not gonna believe it. You must at the very least assist me in finding a suitable apartment. You have no choice.
Naomi, you're an adult now. You stated it yourself. Remember how you no longer require the services of a maid? I'm confident you'll be able to handle everything on your own. Best of luck.
2 weeks later.
Callista, you must assist me. I need assistance or I'll end up on the street. The landlord of the flat I desire says I have to pay 2 months' rent plus a cleaning deposit up ahead.
Then pay him, you dummy. Your father has already paid for your tuition and living expenses. So what's the issue? You should, by the way, express your gratitude to him.
He didn't give me nearly enough. I've been staying with friends here and there, and I've been repaying them by taking them out to eat and purchasing groceries for them. I also had problems getting to class on time at times, so I've had to utilize cabs to avoid being late. I already have nothing left. If I don't obtain some assistance, I might have to delve into my tuition savings.
What? How did all of this come about?
Callista, pay attention. I sincerely apologize for all that has occurred previously. Please accept my apologies. My stay at a friend's house has definitely opened my eyes. Callista, I get it now. I noticed how hard you worked at home every day. I'll never treat you like one of my buddies again. I guarantee it. Please accept my apologies. I mean, as my father's wife, you're like my mother, right? Please, as a mother, do not abandon me in this manner.
Naomi, your father I divorced. What? What? Yes. So I'm no longer your father's wife. And I'm no longer your mother. Or, of course, your maid.
That cannot be correct. Have you and your father divorced?
Yes, on paper. But we're still together.
So what's the point of all of this?
Your father came up with the idea. He didn't want you to cause me any more problems, so he proposed we split formally. That way, you and I have no relationship, and I won't be drawn into any of your difficulties. So, when and if you marry and have someone to look after you, your father and I will remarry.
That's insane.
But, Naomi, I doubt anyone wants to marry you right now. So there's no telling when your father and I will be able to remarry.
You're absolutely correct. I don't believe anyone would want to marry me. That is why we must return to the previous state.
No way. That's not going to happen. So, Naomi, take care. Remember, you have the option of spending all of your tuition money, but that is your duty. Consider it carefully because you are the only one on whom you can rely right now.
Following that, I learned that Naomi used her tuition money to pay the deposit for the apartment, and she was eventually moved in. She was obliged to start working as a waitress while still studying, and she rapidly found herself missing classes and arriving late to work. She appears to have already spent a large portion of her tuition money on other activities, putting her college degree in peril. When Patrick found out about all of this, he simply stated that it was all Naomi's responsibility, and that he would no longer be assisting her. We'll be returning here after my mission in Chicago is over, but we'll keep it secret. Will we get to meet Naomi after she graduates from college and finds a nice job?
Hey, Julia. How are you doing? What's your plan for this weekend?
Hi. I'm good, Eva. I don't have that much planned for this weekend. The only thing I have planned is to go and get coffee with a couple of friends.
Well, that sounds like a lot of fun. Would it be okay if I joined you guys?
Wait, what?
I don't have any plans for this weekend. It would be really boring if I stayed home doing nothing all weekend. That's why I'd love to get coffee with you guys.
Well, I guess that would be fine with us. You can come if you really want, though. But I don't think you paid for yourself last time you came out to eat with us. We had to pay for you instead. I feel like this happens pretty often with you. You never seem to bring any money with you. Don't you think that's weird?
I'm sorry about that. I'm sure that I would remember to bring my money. Especially I was invited from the very first place. The last time I went out to eat with you guys was very last minute. That's why I thought one of you guys would be willing to treat me to dinner.
I don't really understand your logic.
What logic?
Why would one of us have to pay for you just because you decided to come last minute? You should pay for the food and drinks that you order. Isn't that a pretty obvious thing to do?
You're being pretty annoying about this. Are you trying to say that what I did was wrong?
I'm just saying that you should pay for yourself if you're coming out with us.
All right, whatever. Where are we planning to go this weekend? Would you be able to come and pick me up?
You're asking me to pick you up again? You have your own car, right? Why don't you just drive yourself? And if you don't want to drive, you can just ask your husband for a lift. I believe it would be nice if you could just get to the cafe yourself. Your house is in the opposite direction for me. I don't want to have to take a huge detour to pick you up.
What? Why are you being like this? I think it would be more fun if we went together. I mean, we can have so many conversations on the way.
It's only like a 30-minute drive to the cafe. Please just drive yourself. It would take me an extra 20 minutes if I came to pick you up.
Hey, Julia. It's only an extra 20 minutes. I don't understand why you're being so difficult. You really are so selfish.
I don't understand why you won't just drive yourself. I literally don't get it.
Well, to tell you the truth, I don't want to use my car because it would cost me money.
Really? That's the reason you don't want to drive?
I'd have to pay for gas and parking if I drove myself. I don't want to waste my money like that. That's why I'm asking you to come and pick me up. It's only a small detour for you. I really don't understand why you're being so hesitant to come and pick me up. It'll be like a mini road trip.
Sorry, Eva. But I don't want to take a detour. I also want to go straight home after the gathering. I'm asking my husband to look after the children, so I don't want to leave him waiting for too long.
Listen, Julia. I don't care. I've decided that you're going to come and pick me up. Thanks so much. Tell me once you guys decide on the time.
Are you for real? Would you please listen to what I'm saying?
I'll make sure that I'm prepared this time. I'll hope not to forget my purse.
Hope? You'd better not.
And you'd better come and pick me up.
Okay, fine. I'll come and pick you up. But don't assume that I'll come and pick you up every single time. This is the last time I do that for you.
All right, whatever. I'll try not to ask you for a lift in the future. Bye, see you then. Can't wait to see you guys.
Eva. I've had enough of you. I'm really so tired of waiting. When are you going to pay me back?
What are you talking about, Eva? It's 8 a.m. Don't you think it's so early?
Wow, you still can sleep so well. Don't you forget to pay my money back? It's not just me. All of our friends are wondering when you're going to start paying us back. You always borrow money from one of us when we go out to eat out. You always say that you'll pay us back. But ironically, none of us have received any money back from you.
Oh, so that's why you wake me up at this time? I'll pay you all back the next time my husband gets his paycheck.
If this continues, we're not going to invite you out with us anymore.
Stop being so dramatic. Anyway, where are you guys planning to go next?
Are you listening to anything that I just said to you?
I heard that Lisa was planning a short vacation with the group. She didn't tell me the details of the trip when I asked. I don't understand why she didn't tell me anything.
I think it's pretty obvious why she didn't tell you.
Where are you guys planning to go for the short vacation? Just tell me. Don't be so selfish.
Well, if you ask. We're planning to go to Paris for a few days.
What? You guys are planning on going abroad? I'm surprised to hear that.
We've been planning this for a while.
Really? But why haven't any of you invited me? I'm planning to go either way.
Wait, what? Why are you sounding surprised?
Of course, I'm going to go. I'm not going to forgive you guys if you leave me out of this trip.
I'm sorry, but you can't come. We've already made all the reservations and paid for it all. It won't be possible for you to come with us this time.
Okay, fine. I'll meet you guys in Paris.
What? Are you sure you can get there by yourself? The flight there is actually pretty long from the US.
It'll be fine. I've been abroad many times before. Would you be able to make an extra reservation for the hotel?
We booked the hotel with a package deal including the flight. I'm not sure if we can add you just for the hotel reservation.
But could you send me the details of the trip? I need to know which flight you guys are getting on. I am definitely going with you guys on this trip.
Are you serious about this? I thought you didn't have the money to pay us all back right now. So where are you planning to get the money to go on a trip abroad?
I can deal with that. It's none of your business. Anyway, just make sure that you send me the details. I'm so excited for this trip. Can't wait for this.
All right, I'll send you the details for this trip later. We're still planning out this trip. So nothing is confirmed. All our reservations can still be cancelled. We all have children, so Lisa booked cancelable reservations just in case of emergencies. Even if you come, you won't be able to come with us for all the activities, by the way. Are you really sure that you still want to be coming? You can always come with us on future trips.
Oh, come on, Julia. I have no idea what you're suggesting. Just send me the trip details. I'll book my flight ticket myself. And all I need you to do is book myself a room at the same hotel as yours. Actually, I guess I can just sleep with you in your hotel room.
I'm not sure if the hotel would allow you to do that. I'll send you the trip details if you're really serious about this. Also, let me tell you this one more time. This trip isn't 100% confirmed yet.
I am looking forward to it so much. I'm going to start packing for the trip already, by the way. And I need you to pay for my hotel reservation.
I am definitely not going to be paying for your hotel. I also don't know if you're even going to be able to book the same hotel as ours. It might be full already. If you're serious about joining us, you're going to have to reserve everything yourself. Don't depend on us to do it for you.
You always say that, Julia. I know that you're going to make the reservations for me. I have to go now, so make sure that you send me the details. Julia. Did you read the message I sent you? I've been trying to get in contact with you from yesterday. I just arrived.
Oh, Eva. I'm quite busy these days. I'm sorry that I didn't get back to you. You just said you just arrived? Where did you go?
You should still reply to me even if you're busy. Are you guys at the hotel already? Would you come and pick me up?
What are you talking about?
Stop trying to act like you don't know. I thought that you guys were going to come and pick me up.
But pick you up from where? I have no idea what you're talking about.
Why don't you understand me? Are you out of our mind or something?
I'm completely lost.
I'm telling you that I just arrived at the airport in Paris. I am at Terminal S. When are you going to come and pick me up?
Wait, what?
Just answer my question. Hurry up so I can meet up with you guys. I haven't been to Paris before, so I'm little scared.
Why are you there?
What?
I mean, What do you go to Paris for? We canceled our trip. So I won't be able to come and pick you up. What are you doing in Paris?
Stop making jokes like that. It's not fun at all, Julia. Did you enough with the jokes? Hurry up and come pick me up.
That's not going to be possible. None of us are in Paris.
I don't get it. So where are you guys then?
We're all still back home. Lisa had something important this morning, so he canceled our Paris trip. We decided that we would just go to Los Angeles instead. We're planning to leave this afternoon.
What? You guys are going to Los Angeles instead?
Yeah. We all just met up right now. We're going to drive there together.
I don't understand anything. This is some kind of prank, right? Please just come and get me from the airport.
This isn't a prank at all. Everything that I just told you is the truth. We decided that we would take our families with us as well. Our 3 families are all heading to Los Angeles right now. The children seem to be very happy to be taking a short vacation like this.
You should have told me that you guys canceled the Paris trip. I don't understand why you didn't tell me.
Why should I have told you? We didn't invite you on the trip in the first place. I didn't even know that you had actually booked a flight ticket there either. You probably should have told one of us directly if you really intended on coming with us.
I thought I told you that I was coming.
Don't you remember what I told you? I told you that nothing was confirmed yet. You didn't listen to me at all. I can't believe that you decided to book a flight ticket after I warned you about it so many times. It's actually kind of funny. How dumb you are.
So you're telling me this really isn't a joke? Am I really here all by myself and you guys are all still back in the U.S?
Yeah, that's the current situation. Do you want me to send you a photo for proof?
Okay, I believe you. But what am I supposed to do now? That's the first time I've been to Paris. I have no idea where any of the hotels are either.
I don't know why you're telling me this. I won't be able to help. Did you even book a hotel for yourself to stay?
Wait, what? Didn't you reserve the hotel for me?
Why are you asking me that? I thought I told you very clearly that I wouldn't be booking a hotel room for you. Didn't you listen to what I said?
Why are you being so mean to me? Please just help me out. I'm getting really worried now. Please just come and pick me up from the airport.
I'm not being mean to you at all. I'm just telling you the reality of the situation you're currently in. I'm kind of surprised you even managed to get to Paris by yourself. You paid for the flight ticket yourself, right?
I secretly used my husband's credit card. And he doesn't know about it. I was planning to ask you for the money for my flight ticket anyway.
I'm just going to pretend that I didn't hear that. If you managed to book the flight yourself, you should have been able to book the hotel room yourself. I thought I sent you all the details for the trip.
Well, that's because I thought that you were going to book the hotel room for me.
I told you that I wouldn't do that. You were only asking me to book the hotel because you didn't want to pay for it yourself, right?
Well, that's one of the reasons why.
Your intentions are so obvious these days. All of us are tired of you borrowing money from us. You probably have no intention of paying us back anyway. Don't think that we're going to let you get away with this. You're going to have to pay us all back the full amount you stole from us.
I didn't steal. I'm your friend, so I was just borrowing a little bit of money. It's not big deal.
The total amount of money that you've borrowed from all of us is very large. It's not an amount that can be ignored anymore. We're not going to wait any longer.
Okay, I'm really sorry about that. I promise that I'll pay you all back eventually. Would you please just help me get out of the situation? I have no idea what to do. I don't even have a place to stay. I don't have any idea how to leave this airport either. And of course, I don't speak French.
Well, I'm sure people will understand you even if you speak in English. Go and ask one of the airport workers for help. This has nothing to do with me. I also want to ask you to avoid hanging out with us in the future. All our other friends don't really like you either. I would advise you to distance yourself from everyone for a while.
Is that really true? I thought I was popular and everyone liked me.
Huh? You must be out of your mind. I want you to pay us all back as soon as you come back home. That's it!
Wait, Julia. Hey, Julia.
After that, Eva tried to call me multiple times to ask for some help, but I didn't want to pick up the phone. I wanted to focus on the vacation and enjoy precious time with friends. Eva was unable to even leave the airport. She couldn't ask anybody else for help. Then she decided to sleep at the airport and went back home the very next day. Her husband also found out that she had used his credit card to book the flight tickets, so he got very mad at her. She had learned a big lesson. We all felt happy after getting rid of Eva. Hi, Crystal. What are the possibilities that we just happened to run into one other today? I'm overjoyed to finally meet my sister after a very long time.
Yes, I'm happy to hear that you've been doing well lately. I'm glad too, to be honest. It was wonderful to see you again, and it must be wonderful to sway around with all that gold around your neck. Are you certain that it is not excessively heavy? You could always store them in that lovely leather purse you own. I take it then that you're doing fairly well for yourself.
It's very common, after all, right? After all, Waldo does earn a good living, right? Exceeds the normal guy's number of digits. So yes, I'm doing really well out here and it feels great. Haha.
Oh, you two are still a couple? I'm relieved that everything seems to be going smoothly right now.
What about you? Do you speak with anyone or do you have a partner? Do I get to hear from my sister in any way? It's been 5 years since Waldo ditched you, after all. Isn't it time now? It's been a while, huh? You must have moved on from him by now, right? Oh God, spare me the news.
Well, no, not really, at least not just now. Since the divorce, I've never had even one lover.
No way, are you sure? Haha. Thus, all this time, you were by yourself? 5 years? And I'm to understand that at that period you haven't found anyone? I don't know whether it's just me, but isn't your life just so awfully sad? If you stop and think about it, it actually sounds very awful.
Who do you blame for it, in your opinion? The boldness to declare that belongs to you, of all people. Being betrayed by my own little sister, who took my husband. What about that guy, making up errors to fire me? Is that all the reason? He thought it would be uncomfortable to work with me in the same office, after all. To put it simply, I'm working really hard to turn this around.
Boop. Isn't it so difficult? When you, as a woman, lose both your spouse and your work. That must be so awful, I can only image. Well, I couldn't stand to live like that. No way.
Are you attempting to enrage me in any way?
I'm trying to express that I'm here for you, not the opposite. I am confident that you have what it takes to go through this challenge. Right, you've always been skilled at overcoming obstacles. You are my elder sister and my biggest inspiration, after all.
So you took my spouse, then? From this elder sibling of which you're so proud? I find it difficult to comprehend how you could say anything so careless. No matter how close we are to one another, there are limits to what you may say.
Why am I the target of this attack? Now that Waldo is my husband, I'm just being honest. I don't want to lie to my own sister since I think it would be awkward between us. He's now mine since I just felt it was appropriate to suggest that you were over it, jokingly. I apologize for being so rude. I simply didn't think I'd harm you in that way. I've simply been too occupied to appreciate doing chores while taking in the breathtaking view from the 81st floor. While I'm sitting here waiting for my husband to get home, the time flies by so quickly simply looking out the windows. I guess I didn't have enough brain room to worry about the tragedies you seem to be experiencing here, lol.
So that's how things are, huh? My sister is a greedy weasel who has destroyed all of my prospects for happiness and is currently flaunting her upper-class lifestyle. Surely nice. All of that was definitely earned, and receiving rewards must feel fantastic.
Oh, I should check my Twitter, I just remembered. Recently, I've noticed that I'm gaining a lot of followers. I suppose that people enjoy viewing the affluent lifestyle. I want you to view some adorable pictures of Waldo and myself.
As I'd like to see them. Even the very thought of that makes me want to vomit. Furthermore, I don't have that much free time.
I'm really sorry, I guess. I didn't realize you had been broken up for 5 years. You wouldn't want to see pleasant pictures, of course. You poor thing, you wouldn't be able to connect at all. I am such a jerk, sorry.
And about whom are you currently speaking? Of course, you, who else? You did really lose your husband, your job, and your home. Nobody that I am aware of is less financially secure.
Even if it has just been 5 years, being homeless for that long is a tragedy. It makes sense why you're single, lol. Why even ask, you ask?
I'm not sure where you learned that I'm a homeless person. I'm not, really.
Stop, you don't need to make such an effort to conceal it from me. You literally had this large luggage with you when I met you today, it's funny. You simply take that with you everywhere you go, right? Laying down a few sheets of cardboard while moving from park to park, occasionally on the street and other times near the river, that sounds disgusting. I feel so bad for you since your current state of affairs is such a drastic departure from the happy marriage and successful career you formerly had.
Excuse me?
I'm sorry. My bad. I apologize if I misspoke when I described you as being homeless. I'm not too knowledgeable about that sort of thing, like are there many types of tiers or anything? Like if you have a designated location for your cardboard home, you're not homeless, right? If you belong to one of the more well-established homeless groups, I apologize.
So, Orla, don't you think it's time you stopped talking such nonsense? Don't make fun of me. How is this mocking you if I'm not doing it?
I'm only saying honestly because I respect you so much. I'm really astonished that you were able to live on the streets for 5 years. Never could I perform the same. I simply have that much respect for you because it's absolutely incredible that my sister could accomplish such a thing. I'm pleased.
And your ridicule was precisely what I meant to say.
Well, good luck to you on the streets. Although I'm sure I can't offer counsel to a veteran of 5 years, I might be able to give you $100 if I ever run into you again. It's really not much, so don't worry. You would think it's a fortune, but to me, $100 is essentially spare change, so it's not that awful, lol.
Hi, Crystal. So you saw Orla? You better not have exposed her to any of those homeless people's germs. Keep away. Got it?
You too, not.
Orla had told me everything about you and your horrible life, so I already know everything she said. She said that you two met by accident, but that isn't what actually happened, is it? I am certain that you were only waiting to see her in the ambush. Were you attempting to beg her for money or something else? To think that you have gone so low is a complete disgrace.
Could you perhaps cease having these odd delusions? You guys are the ones attempting to make a big deal out of something that was basically just a coincidence.
Like I really think that. You think there'd be some type of chance that we happen to cross paths despite the fact that our lives are completely incompatible with yours? Nice effort.
Once more, you are uttering gibberish.
I've heard you still don't own a home. Are you serious? Ha ha ha. I'm simply seeing a woman like you searching for a dry spot to sleep while pulling a massive bag behind her. I can't. You realize what an embarrassing life you're having. You're not even young anymore, lol. We are completely night and day up here in our opulent abode.
Yes, it must be pleasant. I'm happy for you. An awful scumbag who turned his wife's sister against him. A match made in heaven, I must say, with the other rubbish heap as well. True, it seems sense that we have different lifestyles given that I have the capacity to behave decently. The only person in this room who didn't want to see that scum's face today, or at any point in the future, is me. To then receive texts from someone like you as a result of that. The second worst day of my life has definitely been today.
Wow, you still act in such a dislikable manner. And the reason you're still leading this wretched existence is precisely because of the way you are. Is it understood that you won't ever appear in front of us again? Get lost and remain lost, then you never appear directly in front of us.
Hi, Crystal. My best buddy, I hope you're still around. You may be having trouble getting enough to eat, but I have some wonderful news for your miserable soul. You won't go hungry tonight if your obedient little sister brings you something to eat.
Please refrain from harassing me. I mistakenly believed that you guys were the ones urging me to go.
The problem is that we have a little bit too much food up here to consume. But, you know, throwing it trash would be wasteful. I simply reasoned that we should be really kind and give some to the homeless, ha 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 ha.
It was quite kind of you to take my request into mind. But I don't want any of that, thank you. You should do your hardest to finish it yourself as you don't want to waste any of it.
Are you certain that acting so tough won't help you? You might not be able to eat tonight, hee hee. We are having a steak night, but we also have some ribs and cake for dessert. You must not have tasted steak in a long time. Do you even have the opportunity to consume meat? Cake, too, I know you're salivating right now.
What transpired, then, for there to be so much of this delicious food left over?
Waldo was having a celebratory dinner, so I guess I simply got a little too enthusiastic. And ultimately bought much too much, haha. Simply put, these decisions were made on the fly of the moment since you have so much money that you don't have to worry about them.
Okay, Orla, that was a cool tale. What were you honoring, then?
You obviously want to know, right? I'm not ashamed to tell you. Waldo received a promotion, you know. Additionally, that is such a huge corporation currently that he is one of the positions in charge of things. His upcoming income will be considerably more lucrative.
Oh, that's wonderful. You should undoubtedly rejoice about it.
To imagine that he may receive a promotion and make even more money than he does now. What an unexpected pleasure. Really, I wasn't hoping for additional money, hee hee. Perhaps having a good wife gives the guy more incentive to work harder. I guess after being married, he changed. Simply put, that implies that Waldo and I were almost designed for one another. We have to be the ideal match.
Sure, smiley face.
What a shame. You didn't imagine that the person who left you would develop into such a great man, did you? If I remember well, he was still making an entry-level income when he was married to you, am I right? You truly made a mistake by allowing him to leave you, laughing. It only took him 5 years to mature into the guy he is now.
Yes, you are correct. I played a greater role back then and was in charge of individuals like him. To think that Waldo advanced to the position of manager, eh?
What's up? Are you envious of me? Frustrated? Do you feel guilty about anything? You are, I'm sure of it, don't even attempt to disguise it. You've always been such a perceptive young lady, don't you? You always got what you wanted. You had many friends and people who looked up to you, and you were Mom and Dad's favorite. However, that same sister of mine is currently leading such a miserable existence. I can't because it makes me feel too happy that your life seems so wretched compared to mine, hee hee.
So that's why, then? Did you take Waldo away from me for such a dull, sad reason? You were making up some crap about how great Tim and you were together. But in truth, were you just trying to boost your ego by demonstrating your authority over me? What the heck were you thinking to even consider sleeping with my ex? It's just so terrible.
Oh, the only thing I desired was to be happier than you. I simply want to make sure that you are not happy and that I am. And I want to live carefree, sipping champagne in my room while admiring the beautiful view from above, with no concern about what I use my credit card for. Haha. And all the way down the street, I'll be doing my best to search for your tiny shadow.
What a pointless cause to continue living. Scum of a person, very repulsive.
Right now, whatever you say to me simply seems like a lot of sobbing and regrets. And to think that I even got the man I stole from promoted? I'm very blessed, haha. He currently brings in more than $200,000 annually. I can see the tears streaming down your cheeks right now, funny.
$200,000. Every year? Oh, it is less than my monthly salary.
He was promoted. You really had me there since I had high expectations. There has been a lot of chatter about how well paid he is, how he lives a luxurious life, and other things, haha.
$200,000 I see. If the higher-end earnings are anything to go by, it probably wasn't worth sticking if I didn't know when I was still working there.
Wait a second! What do you mean when you say that $200,000 is less than you make each month?
Exact words I used. Don't get me wrong, that's definitely not awful, but considering the importance of the position and the high expense of living in the city, I'm shocked you guys can even afford the apartment. I don't know whether you were trying to make me jealous, but it wasn't succeeding. I'm making a good living on my own over here, so I'm not sure if I give a damn about Waldo's pay. Good for you, I suppose, if you're pleased that he got the job promotion. But you don't have to tell me about it.
No, but hold on, $200,000 in a single month? I'm still not convinced. Do you realize how much it is? Seriously, what sort of joke is that? You're essentially telling me that you earn more than $1 million annually?
Actually, a little over $2 million. After all, I am a company owner.
Do you run your own business?
That's accurate.
Even though you are without a home?
It's been 5 years, so of course I have a job. I'm still unsure of where you got it, though. It wasn't that difficult to get a new work after that, despite the fact that your sleazy husband tried his hardest to get me fired. However, that is all in the past as I made the decision to go out on my own and launch a business. I am currently in this position with my own business. Recently, everything has seemed to be going well, so I must say that we have grown quite a bit.
Large enough for you to be making millions?
Yes, the profits for the previous year easily exceeded $15 million.
Are you serious?
But this is only the beginning. I believe I can grow this business to greater heights.
However, the astonishing revenues of nearly $15 million.
Well, as a result of that, taxes are also becoming increasingly absurd and annoying. One of the difficulties I'd never have gone through had I just explained to Waldo how to properly fill out spreadsheets at my previous job. Oh my God, they were hard times, but now that I'm a CEO, I have a whole other set of concerns to deal with.
Are you really expecting me to trust anything you've said?
I think I had a lot of complaints about the system rather than the housekeepers. I had simply assumed that if it were a bit more like this or that, the procedure would go much more smoothly. That pretty much sums it up. I just took those problems and decided to launch a service that would allow clients to quickly identify and employ the perfect housekeepers and provide housekeepers a platform to promote themselves and get jobs more easily.
And you're telling me that generates millions of dollars in revenue?
Yes, it has achieved amazing success. Our network contains every type of housekeeper you might possibly need, including those that are qualified to work just certain shifts, are available to stay over on the weekends, and the list goes on. We can build a large enough labor pool by lowering the prerequisites for applying to the housekeeping network, enabling us to create extremely narrow categories of workers to connect with our clients. We had better success as a result of making the categories more specialized and limited. The earnings just kept rising at that point, funny. What would happen when we got some financial breathing room? Then perhaps we might begin to diversify and provide new services.
I see now that you must establish your own company. However, I continue to remain in awe of the profits, $20 million. You're telling me that after losing your husband and your career, you had such a change of heart? Why must you behave this way? You were intended to be sad and without a home. All I wanted was for you to beg me for food and money when you came to me in tears.
You're not mistaken about the fact that I'm homeless, which is kind of funny. I don't have a house right now.
Despite the fact that you earn millions? What?
However, I didn't intend to do it. I simply think it's healthy to sometimes switch up your surroundings.
What about your way of life?
I'm just occupying arbitrary motels. Sometimes it's in the midst of the city, other times I spend a month by the beach, or sometimes I even take a trip to a place with a totally different vibe.
Homelessness is not what it entails.
Okay, really? I mean, strictly speaking, I'm not incorrect either, am I?
What about the massive bag you were carrying around?
What do you mean? You guessed it right already. I only have anything in that suitcase since I don't have a house. I simply find it more easy to carry everything with me wherever I go because I'm constantly moving. I suppose I got a little off topic from our first discussion. In that case, you must have been offering me the leftovers from your special steak night. I apologize, but I truly don't need it. You see, I'm having dinner with a significant stakeholder.
It's what I am and have been telling you, so why the heck does it seem like something a CEO would be doing? Whatever the case, keep in mind that someone needs to cook every meal. What about Waldo? Hey! Where are you? Answer my question.
Hey, Crystal, I wanted to ask you about what you said to Orla. Is it true that you didn't hide anything from me?
Yes, Waldo, that's right. I have nothing to hide from you. I've always been honest with you.
Well, I made up my mind. I'm quitting my job and starting to work with you. But is it really true about the salary you mentioned?
Of course, I wouldn't lie to you. The starting salary would be $2,000 per month. Are you okay with that?
What? Are you kidding me? Are you joking about the $200,000 figure then?
No, I'm not joking. When you join the company, you start from a lower position and work your way up. You haven't contributed anything yet, so how can you demand $200,000 per month?
I'm someone you know, Crystal. You should know better than to treat me like this. I deserve better than being dismissed by you.
You're just an old acquaintance to me. How dare you demand foolish things like that?
Well, you'll see, Crystal. I won't let you off easily.
Later, I heard that Waldo was ready to give up his current job to pursue his dream of becoming a high-wage owner, but failed because he had no business experience. Orla was furious that her dream was shattered by the failure of Waldo's startup. Shortly after, Orla decided to leave with his last money. Wald tried to contact me and always blamed me for not paying him $200,000 salary. Ironically, I blocked him because of his delusions.